First Bible verse we're gonna talk about is from Matthew 8:26. It says somewhere between the line of why ye have so little faith. One thing you need to understand is fear and faith, they're the same energy. The only difference is what you're gonna concentrate upon. Because see it this way, you cannot see fear, right? But you cannot see faith either. The situation still didn't happen, yet you just start to choose a feeling. And since you're gonna decide to choose a feeling, why don't you just choose faith? They're the same energy. You can see them. Yes, you may have evidence that it's gonna happen, but it still didn't happen. So, since they're the same energy, why don't you just choose the one that's gonna serve you? Fear is gonna serve you? No. We live in the 21st century. The way your mechanism was built on, it was on survival mode. But if you're watching this, I'm sure you're in a safe place, so nobody's gonna attack you. And even if you go to your job or anything like that, you're not gonna risk dying. So, it's absolutely pointless nowadays to choose fear. But back in time, yes, if you didn't choose fear, you get cooked. But today, you don't have to choose fear anymore. You can straight decide to choose faith. They're the same energy, again. It just gonna comes down to which one you're gonna choose. The more you focus on the thing that you do not want, the more it's gonna happen. But on the other end, it goes the same way. The more you focus on the stuff you want to happen, the more it's gonna unfold itself. Because I want you to understand one thing. Your attention is like the sun. You concentrate it upon something, an event, it's gonna start a fire. So what type of fire do you want? Because I'm telling you, most successful people that you see today, they all choose faith, even if they were against all odds. And you right now, I'm sure you're against all odds. As I was born in a third world country. Now I'm here talking to you. If I decided to choose fear, I would have stayed there forever. But I decided to have faith, which lead me to a better life. And you need to be completely independent of what reality is showing you. That's how you get freedom. Your emotion gotta completely be separated from outside circumstance, because all that matter is the inside. Let's say you start a business, or let's say you already have a business. Are you fearing failure? Or you have faith that you can succeed? Most people, they fear failure. Why? It's because their survival mechanism. It's natural for you to feel fear, because that's exactly how you survived back in times. But we're not back in times anymore. So you have the choice to choose faith. And the only way you choose faith is you gotta consistently put your attention on the final destination. Example. You fear that your friend's gonna laugh at you. You fear that you're not gonna make enough money, so you cannot pay your bills. But on the other hand, you can focus and concentrate on the fact that your friends are gonna congratulate you. You can focus and concentrate on the fact that you're gonna be able to buy whatever you want. Another example. Let's say you're in a situationship with a girl or a guy. Or even if you have a wife or a husband. Do you fear losing them? Or you have faith that you always stay together forever? Most of the time again, people choose fear. And the worst happen. Why? It's because that's what you concentrated upon. That's what you focused on. Not knowing that it's just your survival mechanism that is just running on autopilot. All we have to do is to catch it. As soon as you catch it, redirect it into faith. Start imagining you two being together, instead of you imagining her or him with somebody else. That's exactly how you create the worst, but it's also how you create the best circumstance that you want. It's all coming down to your focus and concentration regarding of what the outside circumstances are showing you. Because it's the same energy. So whatever you pay attention to, be careful about it. Because you can literally start to create fire. And you do not want to create the wrong fire. And just to make everything clear, Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Be not conformed by this world means do not trust the outside appearance, even it's showing you the worst. But transform your situation by the renewing of your mind, which means from your mind, you can see the situation. The reason you can see a better situation in your mind is because if you just choose faith instead of fear, you're gonna create faith. But if you choose fear, you're gonna create fear. All comes down to your focus and concentration. Another one, Proverbs 4:25. It says, let your eyes look straight ahead. That means only look toward the destination you want to be. And you do not want the destination where you experience fear. And it also says, fix your gaze before you. Your gaze is your focus and concentration. That's just another Bible verse to say, choose faith. Because faith is the only thing that's gonna serve you. Fear is just gonna destroy you. And one more verse, it's John 7:24. It says somewhere in the line between stop judging by mere appearance, but judge with righteous judgment. Somewhere like that. I will put it like right here. But it just means that mere appearance means the external world. If you see stuff that you don't like and that start to evoke fear, don't judge each situation that way. The way you judge by righteous judgment is going straight to faith. That's what the Bible means by judging by righteous judgment, is by having faith, and to not judge by mere appearance, which means on what's on the external. And usually you're just scared of what's the external. But the only way for you to alter the external is altering the internal, not the other way around. Because the external is already showing you fear. If you decide to resonate with that, there's just no way. The only way you beat fear is through faith. You don't beat fear by beating fear. You beat fear by having faith. You cannot just dwell in a negative state, even if your outside circumstances are absolutely negative. And I'm from a third world country. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't worry. I didn't grow up rich. Far from that. Even if I was seeing the worst, I never decided to resonate with it because I understood that the appearances are not real. What's real is what's in your mind. And what's in your mind is the only thing that will get you out of any situation. That's exactly how I always choose faith, because that was the only thing that will serve me. If I decided to choose fear, never, I'm telling you, I would have made it out. Never. There was just no way. And that's what a lot of people are still trapped in their life too, is because they always decided to resonate with fear. But I'm telling you, it's just as this easy. As soon as you focus and concentrate on faith, look what's gonna happen. You're gonna create a fire. And I hope it's a fire that you like. Because if you create a fire from just keeping imagining what you don't want, that's what you're gonna get. But if you keep imagining what you want, eventually you get it. Even if this is your starting point, because they're exactly the same energy. You cannot see them. You cannot see what's happening. And don't forget to take screenshot, because this board is for you, not for me, so that you can have a track on what's going on. I used to make video just like straight like this, but I realized that it's really hard to track everything. But here, you literally have like a point over there. You know what I'm talking about. If I point this verse, I hope you remember what it is. But I have another verse that we need to master as well. So give me a second. The verse is Proverbs 4:23. It says somewhere between the line of guard your heart because life flows from it. What I mean by that when it's talking about your heart is your subconscious mind. Your mind has three components: conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. When Adam and Eve were in the garden, they decided to eat the apple. As soon as they ate the apple, that's why they got the mind. So they got separated from the superconscious. But God did not separate us eternally from Him. He still gave us a bridge. That bridge is the subconscious mind. That bridge is your heart. The heart is emotion. So now we're going to talk about what type of emotion you have. You have two types of emotion: the emotion that are representing hell and the emotion that are representing heaven. When the Bible is talking about seek ye first the kingdom of God and all these things shall be added unto you, the kingdom of God is talking about is heaven. Heaven is a state of consciousness. Heaven is a state where you consistently feel abundance, gratitude, and peace. So if you see outside circumstance that contradict with this and you decide to resonate with the outside circumstance, eventually you're gonna send yourself to hell. And what's hell? Basically, hell is emotion when you feel scarcity, lack, and difficulty. Because I'm sure you've heard that heaven is in the sky and hell is underground, right? I've heard that too. And it might be true. Nobody will really know until someone really goes there. But Now we're on earth, so let's take care of the business on earth. So on earth and heaven are nothing more than emotional state. This is just to say, if you want to be in heaven later, or if you still want to be in heaven on earth as well, just choose those emotions. Abundance, gratitude, peace, serenity. Decided to feel them on a daily basis, and you don't need to see anything external to prove it to you. Because remember, judge by righteous judgment, not by mere appearance. Mere appearance is the external world. Righteous judgment is your imagination. We live on 3 planes of existence: spiritual, mental, and physical. It's the spiritual and mental that creates the physical. So even your physical is absolutely cooked, just focus on the mental and the spiritual. Those are just your imagination and your emotion. As long as you keep focusing, you're gonna create opportunity for you to get out of whatever you're in. And by this verse saying by guard your heart, just means that when you see stuff that you do not like, do not be quick to react negatively. Do not be quick to hurt your heart. Yes, on the external, it might really be terrible, but do not let that affect you, because as soon as you affect the internal, then that's only then that you're really gonna be cooked. That's only then that you're only gonna resonate with the emotion of hell. And I'm sure you do not want to be in hell. And again, it just comes down to choice. Decide what you focus on. If you don't like what you see around you, use imagination to create circumstances that you like to see. Me, for example, back when I was dead broke, I only had $8 at the end of every single month. Couldn't hang out with nobody, no girls, no nothing. All I did all day, instead of like hanging out with friends or having fun because I was broke, was just using my imagination. I would imagine myself balling. That's it. Even though externally I wasn't balling, but internally I was having the time of my life. And eventually, God created a circumstance for me to have that externally as well later. That's exactly how it works. Always choose the emotion of heaven. Just like I did. All I did was, instead of like dwelling and complaining that everybody is having fun outside, I was having my own fun in my head. Little did I know, that literally created my reality that I have now. So just be very mindful on what type of emotion you want to feel. And the only way you alter the external is by altering the internal. The only way you get out of hell is by imagining you're in heaven. And then eventually you get in heaven. Watch. Let's say you lack willpower. Well, I want you to understand one thing. Willpower cannot be removed from you. Let's say you're lazy to take care of a business, or you're too lazy to go up to that guy or to that girl. Well, there's actually willpower in not doing anything. There's willpower in scrolling your phone. There's willpower in staying in bed all day. The problem is you're using your willpower the wrong way. There's an amazing book called The Process of Realization. It tells you exactly how you get willpower. So the way you get willpower is through your imagination and emotion. And again, that comes down to the conclusion of heaven. Right now, probably you're scrolling. Let's say you're scrolling on social media. Why do you scroll? It's because deep down, you know that you have nothing else better to do. And I'm a victim of this. I scroll too, but back then, it was a time where I literally had nothing to do. So I was just scrolling. I had willpower in scrolling. Instead, I could have just read something useful instead of scrolling. But I didn't believe in reading something useful because my emotion resonated with hell. And since my emotion resonated with hell, in my mind I was like, what's even the point of reading this book, because it's gonna lead me nowhere. And the reason I come down to that conclusion was because I kept imagining myself going nowhere. So eventually, I will do stuff that will lead me nowhere. So the way you create willpower is you keep imagining the stuff that you want and you add positive emotion into it. You add peace, joy, gratitude. Let's say you want to be rich, like filthy rich, not just 50K or 100K a month, $1 million a month, $2 million a month, $3 million a month. You need to consistently feel yourself having that type of money on a daily basis. And watch, your action will follow automatically. Right now, if you do not have willpower, if you cannot do anything, it's because you didn't imagine yourself rich enough. You just have to consistently keep doing it again and again and again until your mind is convinced that it's actually real. Because the subconscious mind, all it knows is emotion. As soon as you convince the subconscious mind, your action just gonna follow. And that's exactly what we're gonna talk about on the next verse. But to summarize, Your willpower will come down from the combination of your imagination plus emotion. If you keep imagining yourself not making it, and then on the side you feel sad and apathetic, trust me, you're gonna resonate with hell and you're gonna do nothing to improve your situation. But on the other hand, if you keep imagining yourself being successful and you had positive emotion related to heaven with it, watch, you will take action normally. Watch, you will take action towards that destination. This solves most of the problem my clients have. I show them this and then they're like, all right, let me start to practice. 1 week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, they start doing the thing that they've been procrastinating on. Why? It's because they saw themselves in heaven. They saw themselves in the position they wanted to be. So taking care of that business, going up to that guy or that girl, going up to that job interview, asking their boss for a rise, there was no struggle. They would just do it. And before they were struggling, why they were struggling? Because they were resonating with the emotion of hell. So just resonate with the emotion of heaven. Next verse.